Alright everyone, this is not what I usually do, or not what I've been doing lately. My name is Ty. This is not my garage. This is my basement. This is my work table that I've been playing with lately. Been doing some gaming lately, and what we've been playing is the original Avalon Hill Civilization. And I've got that right here. This is my copy of Civilization. It's a little beat up and worn down. When I bought it, the box was really the only bad thing about it. Most of the pieces were unpunched. The game was fundamentally unplayed. We just finished a playthrough of this, and we were looking for more, looking to improve and expand our game playing experience. So I went and actually managed to find a copy of the Western expansion map, which is the next real expansion available. This is an original, which is cool. I wanted an original instead of a reproduction. But you can see it's just, it's just a thick piece of paper, poster board, or whatever. It just makes the map a little larger. If you're familiar with Civilization, it changes Africa a little bit, adds Iberia, and it takes out Italy. It's just more map to play with, which is cool. One of the things we noticed, of course, was that we expanded in such a way that pretty quickly we were at each other's borders. So I figured this might be a different way to play, if not a better way to play. But after we completed the game, I immediately started looking for copies of Advanced Civilization, which is the expansion to Civilization. This is not a full game. It just takes, it takes Civilization and adds some stuff to it just to kind of improve gameplay, although it comes in a full-size box. This one here is evidently brand new. Which is incredibly rare. Avalon Hill got bought out, I think, 98 or 99 by Hasbro, and as such, they just completely discontinued the line of Civilization games, which sucks, but that is what it is. Hasbro also makes the Sid Meier's Civilization board game, which, depending on who you ask, is related but also not related. If you're familiar with PC gaming at all, of course, you've probably heard of the Civilization series. This game introduces some elements into gaming that were later used in the Civilization series, although they are fundamentally unrelated. If you ask Sid Meier or Firaxis or Microprose. So what I want to do today was an unboxing video. I've never done an unboxing video before, but I figured something like this, a sealed copy of a classic expansion, was worth doing an unboxing video for. And naturally, I know the friends of mine that were playing with me would like to be here for this, but I figured it'd be kind of silly to call them up to come over just to unbox a board game that we can't play immediately, because it does take some scheduling to get a game of Civilization together. So, looking at the box, I mean, you can see where there was a price sticker on it from wherever, and then another price sticker on it from wherever. Do a really good job of not showing how much it cost. However, if I had to guess, this is a really rough guess. I see a dollar sign and maybe 2 1s and like a 9, like maybe as if the game cost 120. I'd believe that. Because I know these games are fairly expensive. I paid $150 for this one, new in the box, which is outstanding. You find opened copies for very well up to $300, if not more. This kind of shows everything that comes with this compared to the regular Civilization game. If you're unfamiliar, the idea of Civilization is to expand your civilization to get more cities. By getting more cities, you start learning, you get more trade resources, where you can spend trade resources in bulk to buy better technologies. And as you increase your technologies, you can use those as discounts to get better technologies. And technologies cost also double as their point value, and it boils down to points in the end. Whoever can get their nation's allotted amount of points wins the game. Now, this game introduces more commodities that you get through having more cities. It introduces a fresh set of technologies. It also changes a lot of the technologies. So I'm really interested to play a lot of these new technologies that weren't in the original game. They have the entire religion line of technologies. I call them technologies. They will call them civilization cards. I call them technologies because I'm used to them being a tech tree. I'm used to calling them technologies because of my time playing Civilization. But technically speaking, they are civilization cards. I call them tech cards. But yeah, you can see it's got this shrink wrap on it still. As far as I can tell, this is a legit copy of Civilization. So we're going to find out pretty quickly how legit it is. I'm just going to take my trusty pocket knife and I do this with every box I open anymore. I very carefully just go across, you know, like yay. I don't like ripping packaging open. I work in customer service. I deal with returns all day long. People that just need to get their bandsaw out to open packages and then wonder why it's difficult for me to return them because I can't sell them as new. Now, again, since I work in customer service, I know the kind of packaging it takes to box something up. And if somebody told me that this was repackaged, I'd believe it. But I would say it was skillfully repackaged, and that a layman couldn't simply repackage it. So the box is half open now, and I mean this is what I've waited for some time. So, look at that, just like that. So. So again, here we have the basic bits and pieces from Civilization that this expansion includes. You've got technology cards. There's 3 stacks of technology cards, probably just because that's how they had to package them. A lot of these technologies, there are 5, 6, 7, 8 of them. Some of them there's very few of. I guess the idea in role-playing is that the world can only have so many nations that utilize coinage. If you want to buy coinage and there's no cards left to play, you simply can't do it, and that can really throw a wrench in your gears. We add new trade cards. These are the trade cards you get for having a city. You get 1 card for every city you have, so obviously it's important to start getting more cities. But they add completely new cards to the mix, as well as some extras. You get an extra golden gem. They add ivory. They add silver. They add wine. They add. Actually, you know what? I lied. This is a full set. You don't even use the stock ones anymore. They're just shuffled. Silver is new. Oil is new. Timber is new. You get new calamities. Calamities are basically cards that get played against you that are like. If you remember like SimCity, when a volcano or an earthquake or a tornado or Godzilla came ripping through your city, unbeknownst to you, that kind of messes your stuff up in the same way. Resin, that's new. Spice, that's not new. Wine, yeah, there's loads of them here. And what's interesting to me is if you played the original Civilization, you had red back cards and brown back cards. The idea of a red back card is when you're going to draw it, you know you're about to get a calamity. And when you drew it, there was nothing you could do. Everyone knew. However, they've changed it to a brown back card, and I find that very interesting. And they just simply say it's non-tradable. The brown back calamity cards you could trade to somebody else and force onto them. So you engage in trading, and you give them that card, and then they get screwed. But yeah, no, a lot of cool cards here. They're in good shape. These things are a hassle when you stack them all up. I'm working on a divider for these right now. And that will hopefully be done by the time we play our next game. A couple other things in here as well. Trade cards. I'd open these up, but I really don't want to offhand just because they'll make a mess. But a difference, one of the main differences is they tell you up the front it has what it is. The color kind of dictates what group of technologies it is. Coinage is a science, economic science. This is the discount towards other green cards. This counts as 20 towards other green cards. They give you a basic understanding of what it does, allows for changes in taxation, and there's the cost. And on the back, they'll describe it in more detail, specifically how it plays out, how it changes calamities, how it changes taxes, things like that, which is really cool. Now, this copy also comes with a rule book, and I mean this thing is hefty. It's because this is not just a rule book, this also has player's guides in here. Only about, I think this much or so, about a third of it. Yeah, see this is the rule book here, this much of it here. This much is all guides for playing, strategy guides, learning advanced civilization for if you've already played regular civilization. This is how the AST is different. They give you a copy of the map that also adds names of territories, which is really cool because the map does not have names on territories. And then they also tell you Let's see, they give you a strategy for playing Crete, which what I played the last time, it was my favorite. A detailed description of all of your Calamity cards. And then, yeah, we got a lot of cool stuff here. Let's see, let's move on pretty quickly here. This is what they call the AST, which is the Archaeological Succession Table. This is the progress tracker for the game. You move your pieces across the board every turn, and eventually you get into these color changes, different eras. To get from this one to this one, you have to have 2 cities. To get from this one to this one, you have to have 3 cities, and then have 3 different colors of cards. But yeah, this is updated for the new game. You would not use the old one. Really, all you use from the old one is the board and the pieces. Everything else pretty much gets revitalized. This is where your trade cards go. This is where your census, this shows you how many people you have on the board, the basics. And then you have a quick calamity effect sheet. The idea is you're supposed to photocopy this so every player can have it. So that way, if everybody has it, they can look without kind of giving it away that they have a calamity to trade. Otherwise, when you ask to see the rule book or ask about calamities, they're kind of suggesting to people, hey, I'm about to, unleash a calamity. Same thing with this guy here. This is a credit card, or a civilization card credit table. It makes it a lot easier to calculate how much these cards cost, because you get a lot of these cards, it starts becoming cumbersome to know just how many credits you need per card to buy other cards. So you photocopy this, give one to each player. Photocopy the calamity effects, give that to each player. And yeah, they changed a couple of the rules, and yeah, it's supposed to be a lot better of an experience. So yeah, totally stoked that it came as quickly as it did, and it's not a scam or just somebody that I either didn't know the value of it or just wanted to get rid of it. And luckily I was able to make an offer on it, and they bid. So that's my first unboxing video. I'll probably, I don't know, I might do a review on it after I play it, but yeah, thanks for watching. If you like this stuff, or you like my other stuff, if you haven't seen my other stuff, take a look. I do cars, computers, drone photography, stuff like that. Hit like, subscribe, do whatever you like. Thanks for watching.